Well, I'm going to ask you some questions, but also I would like you to answer in kind of long sentences, right? Just don't say yes or no, right? Try to be more specific. I'm going to ask you about tourism and specifically about ecological tourism. What do you know about that? Ecotourism. What is that? Have you ever heard about such kind of tourism?
I don't think I've ever heard about it.
Okay, but
I'm just a student and I don't really know a lot about those kind of things.
what do you think it could be about? But because it's like ecotourism, so it runs from two words, right?
Okay.
So what is eco? What does it stand for?
Eco stands, I think it stands for economics.
Well, actually it stands for ecology, right? The ecologicals. Okay, so let us try to speak about some other kinds of tourism. Try to focus on that a little bit, and tell me what other kinds of tourism do you know you can think about?
I think there's more kind of tourism, like people they travel for business.
Yeah, so business travel, right? So tell me about that.
Yes, companies overall need to cooperate with others, and it can be companies from another country, and they will have to send like a representative to go inside the country and talk about their cooperation.
Okay. What do you think is the difference between the just travel for fun, right, like regular tourism, and business trip? What is the difference between these two kinds of journeys?
I think people who travel for business, they think a lot about their business and they don't really have fun during their travel.
They don't have fun, right? I can agree with that, right? I mean, they don't travel for fun, but probably they have some fun, but well, that's not the point yet. Do you think that the infrastructure for regular tourism and business tourism is different? If yes, in what way? How?
I think people who travel for fun usually have a longer trip than people who travel for business.
So do you think we need a different infrastructure for different kinds of tourism?
Yes.
Okay, can you give me some ideas about that?
Yeah, I think the service for business travel needs to be more professional and more convenient than the other.
More convenient? What do you mean?
Like they have more service. It's not that good.
You try to express this in some other words, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's go for that. Well, but anyway, you mentioned that you're just a student, right? You don't know much about tourism, but probably you've heard about some other people traveling, right? And can you tell me what do you think are like advantages and disadvantages of traveling in your country?
In my country, a lot of people from other countries visit, and people in my country have to adapt to them so they can sell more like souvenir to them, and it's kind of changed our country culture. And foreigners affect a lot in our culture. Nowadays, people in my country speak English a lot, and they have to sell things in English.
They have to, right? Okay. Okay, let's speak more about advantages and disadvantages.
People rather will travel to my country, and our people can sell small things to them, and we can learn a lot of good things from them, and also they really spend money on our transportation and hotels, kind of stuff.
So, okay.
And as
This is an advantage, right?
okay.
Okay, let's speak more about advantages.
People, not everyone have their responsibility of our country, so a lot of people come in just littering over the streets, like people from China.
Okay. Well, tell me more about that. I have never heard about that.
A lot of people come here and they don't care about the environment here, so they throw trash everywhere on the street.
Okay.
And they sometimes even scam people in my country for their personnel.
Well, I think it's not right. Right. So, any more disadvantages of tourism? Let's try also to look at the problem, not like from the point of view that there are advantages for your country or disadvantages for your country, but for those people, right? Of course, there are a lot of advantages because Vietnam is a very beautiful country, but sometimes it's not easy for the travelers, right, to go over the country. What difficulties, what obstacles do you think can the traveler meet on his way in Vietnam?
Travelers, a lot of them, when they first came to Vietnam, they are very surprised, and our culture is very different from the other countries in the world. So they will have some time to adapt to it.
Okay.
And when they adapt, it can be a lot of fun in here.
What do you mean by saying different? In which way different? Why they are surprised? What's your opinion about that?
Because we have a very long history, and our culture really changed a lot from those. It's kind of an old culture, politics too. So that would be a lot different.
Yeah, I think it is different. Thank you. Okay. Well, speaking about advantages and disadvantages, I think I should ask you a question about how do you appreciate the level of English language or knowledge of English in your country, like the average knowledge of English?
Students nowadays have to study English as their subject, so the younger people knows about English now, but like the old, elderly, and people without good education really don't know or really know a little about English, so that is their disadvantages. And English has become an international language, so we have to know it to communicate with the world and work with others.
And work with others, okay. Right. Last question that I would like to ask you. Well, it's still about traveling. What would you advise as a preferable means of transport in your country? Or if someone would like to travel all over your country?
I think they should go by. They should rent a motorbike and do a road trip across the country, because that is really money saving, and they can have a lot of fun in their journey during the journey across the country.
So renting a motorbike, right, is a good idea. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, you can go.